Now we get into a brand new best of 3. It's lost and found once again. Losers pick, all that good stuff. And I guess this is where we get the sounds. Hit us up with the sounds, man.
Mr. Maximus Black.
Yeah.
Hit me up with the sound of accidentally finding yourself in the middle of Eastern Canada.
Where the... What? What the... Damn, it's cold. It's cold.
You know what?
Yeah.
Can I field a response to that one? Can I give it a shot?
Sure, go, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Mr. BaseTradeTV, Rifkin, whichever name you want. Hit me up with the sound of accidentally finding yourself in the middle of Eastern Canada.
Well, at least it's not Saskatchewan.
Oh, shots fired. At least it's not Saskatchewan. Jeez.
All right,
You could have said Manitoba too. It's all the same place, really.
Brass tacks, guys. Let's get this out of the way. The top right, we got a absolute world-class Protoss. It's Harstem from Asterion Gaming, and his opponent to the bottom left is the blue Terran Soul, who you guys will note is proxying as well. This was not a Ziggy-centric thing. As I've been saying, a lot of Terran have been really enjoying the benefits of this early aggression, whether it's one barracks leading to a quick Reaper that nets you 3 to 4 probe kills, or whether it's the full-on proxy with Cyclones. Either way, we've got actually a really annoying RNG, not so much micro, but more like random number generator battle here, because this gets totally screwed over. This is like borderline tap out of the game, but he's bringing a second SCV. He wants to finish his barracks, but for Soul, just getting this scouted has totally ruined his early game plans.
Yeah, this is just bringing back some serious trauma for me, because this basically happens to me every game. Whenever I'm doing a proxy, the first place they go is where I'm proxying, and that's pretty much what happened here to Soul. It's unfortunate, but fortunately also for him, unlike when you're proxying as Protoss, he doesn't really have to commit too much. He's just going to get that Reaper out, and even if he built this first racks at his base, the Reaper's still going to hit around the same time than what it originally would have after this bit of delay. You're going to want to proxy this just so you can get there a few seconds earlier, because typically if it's coming from the base, the Reaper gets there about 3 to 5 seconds before the Stalker pops, and then now it's still going to be, you know, a few seconds. Oh, well, now there's a depth waiting here for him, but it doesn't really hurt him all that much. It's not the end of the world.
So there's a lot of emphasis on what happened here for Soul, but we got to talk about for Harstem, right? Because he did not take like a blind probe scout across the map. He was actually actively looking and predicting that there would be a proxy, and that's why he found this. Like he knew this was coming. He's probably, I'm sure over the last 3 weeks especially, had his fair share of these on ladder, and he's just done playing normal because every Terran's proxying him, tournaments or otherwise.
Yep. No, this is literally ladder, dude. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, okay? I'm playing ladder, and I proxy every dang Terran I play, all right? It feels good, all right? I've got like a 70% win rate against Terran. I make them cry. I actually call it I hate Terran. It's actually much more aggressive than that. Die in a grease fire build, and I just proxy Void Ray with some shield batteries. And this is what some people come into my chat. We got some rando haters be like, bruh, don't you do anything other than proxy, man? Like, get good, bro. And then I'm going, well, everybody proxies. Like, no, man, not professionals. And then here I am casting my very first professional tournament, and every single game there has been a proxy.
In fairness,
so I just feel so validated.
Well, first off, take that validation and enjoy it. But in fairness, this has been a little bit more proxy heavy than I've seen in most tournaments. Even Koreans, where they get really aggressive, don't tend to do it like this. But these proxy marauders, I thought wouldn't work out. They was scouted, it was seen, it was revealed. One of them gets sniped off, but he walks past the shield batteries. So now if Harstem wants to fight, he doesn't get that benefit. But pulling the probes, trying to surround the marauders, trying to surround the Cyclones, just wants to soak those shots. And oh, the miss micro out of Soul.
He's just giving them away right now. First he gave away the Marauder, and now he gave away the Cyclone, and that's actually quite painful, because that should have, for having gotten up the ramp and away from the shield battery, he should have been able to do a lot more damage there than he did.
Yeah, and the reason why he went up that ramp is he didn't want to fight underneath the battery, so he tried to get away, but then he just realized, uh-oh, I'm in a world of trouble here. It was a beautiful pro here from Harstem. Harstem.
You were gonna say Hearthstone. I know it.
I was gonna say Hearthstone.
It was just like TV. We would be calling him Hearthstone.
We would be calling him Hearthstone. But out of respect, we won't. But when he pulled the probes, it was nice because the Cyclone locked onto a probe, and he basically baited the Cyclone to do that, and it was allowing the Stalkers to not take any of that DPS. And then boom, Bob's your uncle managed to pick him off without really doing any damage. It was nice.
Well, it's worth noting, Soul, unlike our previous Terran Ziggy, did actually expand behind this. He had a little bit of a backup plan. He's gone for Banshees, which I think are really bold to do. A Cloaked Banshee can wreck a Protoss player, but not someone who has Oracles ready for Revelation and will just easily make a Phoenix back at home. So I like the idea of what Soul's going for, but the practicality doesn't look like it's going to work out.
Yeah, I actually don't know what... This isn't going to do a whole lot. I mean, okay, well, he's going to get rid of this Widow Mine, which is nice. He's going to pick that off. He's going to call him a pro.
And he did Widow Mine is a
good thing. Yeah. Although Widow Mines are just not the problem they used to be. Remember before, back in the day, when they could just do a charge off and then you still couldn't see them? And it was just there.
Goodwill. You could
those
buy
were
them
great
for like
times.
5
As
cents.
a Terran player, I really enjoyed those times.
Yeah,
Oh
there's
my
some
goodness.
easy times there. This is actually, that was really good. He's doing quite a good chunk of, at the very least, he's reducing the economy here pretty dramatically for Soul for the time being. But
Yeah, this is
we'll
doing
see
a lot
just
of
how much
damage.
the Oracle work can put in while they have the time.
The attempt of the counter is kind of cute. We got that Banshee heading across the field now, but unfortunately for this Banshee, well, maybe fortunately, she gets here just before the shield batteries are done. Hoping to get a lot of counterattack damage. However, while it takes 2 shots to kill a probe, normally under a shield battery, it takes closer to 5.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a bad loss.
Shield
Dude.
battery here, cannon there, GG.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's it.
Dude, he had the Banshee there doing damage, but he stayed in range of that cannon. And so the Stalkers could just easily see it. Hell, the cannon was shooting at the Banshee. I think at that point, he was just more worried about what was happening at his base, and it was GG.
He was dead 2 minutes ago. He just didn't realize the type thing, because that Banshee, I don't think would have ever made up for the damage he had taken, which is unfortunate.